All right, we are starting this bulletin with some breaking news at the top. In a CNN News 18 mega exclusive news break, top intel sources have informed that ISPR's 4 October statement calling Indian forces remarks delusional, provocative and jingoistic is not a show of confidence but a defensive reaction to India's strategic messaging around Operation Sindoor. Islamabad's language is invoking cataclysmic devastation and mutual erasure, reflecting psychological unease and information panic. New Delhi's calibrated panic statements, however, are aimed at deterrence through transparency. So this is the mega exclusive of CNN News 18, which our investigating editor Manoj Gupta has brought in. CNN News 18's Anand Narsimhan is with us on the phone line. Anand, this is perhaps a frustration of Pakistan, which is reflecting through these statements of their publicity wing of the armed force. Tell us more about it.
Well, good morning, Arun, and to our viewers. Clearly, the ISPR is a little rattled by the kind of statements that come in less than about 24 hours from the chief and also in the army chief. And this aspect is perhaps it's taken them by shock. Their narrative has come undone. Bharat has repeatedly called them to show proof for all the claims that they are making, the tall claims that they are making. But Bharat has repeatedly saying whatever our claims are as a nation, that the amount of destruction that we have imposed and the cost that we have imposed on the Pakistani military and Pakistan for to foment terror on Bharatiya soil and to try and attack its sovereignty and its integrity is there for the world to see. Now Pakistanis don't know how to react, so their whole thing is now, जैसे उसको हिंदी में कहते हैं गीदड़ भपकी. So that is what it is. It is just empty threats, and they can only resort to empty threats in situations like this because they don't have the wherewithal. A nation that claims to be a nuclear power has been, its underbelly has been exposed, and it's been turned upside down in less than 90 hours. In 82 hours, that's what we have inflicted upon them. So clearly, the Pakistanis know that they have bitten off more than they can chew, and it's taken some now seeing the amount of damage that Bharat has inflicted and what Bharat's military might and capability is. Now, this is also to warn, and like you said, that they may call it geographical erasure, etc., but we could see who erased Pakistan's and showed the capability of doing their, airfields along with their terror infrastructure. And whatever forays they tried to make on Bharatiya soil were all negated. Not a single thing landed in terms of a military installation that they targeted, etc. All they did was they targeted civilian establishments. They targeted gurudwaras and temples and churches. That's what they says. Then such statement. It's a sad statement. But let us now see what Bharat now goes ahead and does. Because more importantly, our reading is they are psychologically shattered. They are also militarily demolished. But we will continue to maintain our right to exercise full force to defend our sovereignty. And I think the brief has now been extended for Operation Sindoor Unpaused or 2.0, that there will be no limits. The first time around, the limit was that we are going to strike only at their terror infrastructure, and we are going to show the world that we can exercise self-restraint, and despite having the opportunity, we have no territorial ambitions. But this time around, we are saying that if the enemy does not learn a lesson, then the enemy will be wiped out of the map. Now, if the Pakistanis believe they can erase Bharat out of the map, well, them and people like them and their mindsets have been trying for more than 1,000 years. Those entities stand erased. Bharat still stands. So that itself is testament to Bharat's resolve and its capability. And the recent Operation Sindoor shows whose military might is far superior and at what levels they are.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Anand, for putting this story into perspective. We also have Colonel retired Rohit Dev, a defense expert, joining on this story. Colonel Dev, we have shown Pakistan during the Operation Sindoor how precise we were in our attacks, and also post that the responses which came from the forces side, even the most recent one, whether it is Army Chief or the Air Force chief, they have given a stern warning to Pakistan. Now, to those reactions, what Pakistan is saying is that it's delusional, provocative, and jingoistic. That's what Pakistan's armed forces information and publicity wing ISPR is saying. How do you react to that?
See, firstly, Jayant, to your viewers, I think it's a matter of grave concern actually now that a country which is a terror sponsor, a country which is actually becoming a global joke, a country which thinks that just because it can go and kneel in front of the United States of America, it's going to get the leverage it thinks it's going to get. A country which is actually so poor and badly managed that its war fighting capability is less than about maybe 2.5 days today to fight with India, is making and throwing these kind of threats and tantrums on a global scale. I think what it is stemming out from is a factor that it's already beginning of October, and there is very limited time. So post the Op Sindoor initial strikes, what has happened is it has not only crippled the Pakistani capability,
Yes.
it has also hit those terror camps and headquarters inside Pakistan, not only POK. So there is a great deal of internal fervor in the terrorist camps and those organizations and the military in Pakistan to strike back at India. And their window to infiltrate terrorists and do whatever they want to through the route of the northern sector or the western sector of India is reducing. So there's hardly about a month and a half left before the snow steps in, and there'll be problems for them to do anything concrete. Now they have gone and sucked up to United States of America with the hope that once they do some scale up today in the winters, they're going to get some support, but they'll be surprised. Because what they've actually done is they have undone the efforts of China, which was their big daddy. There are problems on the global scale with Pakistan, everybody calling them out, including the EU. And America is not going to put any war-fighting machinery behind Pakistan's back to fight India. So I think they are making this kind of a comment because there is a lot of pressure to act within Pakistan against India in some sort of military action or a terror action. And that India is not letting them do. And the comments of our chief, both the army chief and the Air Force chief in the last 2 days, the comments of the finance minister, the comments of the external affairs minister, the comments of the Raksha Mantri have been absolutely threadbare clear that what our intent is, because we foresee Pakistan doing something stupid in the coming months, and we are actually prepared, and we've been preparing for the last 3-4 months as an anticipation. So for Pakistan to say that India wants to call upon war is incorrect. It's actually Pakistan which wants to engage with India in some fashion to beat their own chest back in Pakistan, and India is not going to let them do that. India is going to hit their chest so hard that they will probably cross over to Iran and beyond. So I think that is the way we are looking at it. And this, I will not call it a hollow Gidar Bhakti kind of a word right now. It's actually a very nuanced pain coming out of the Pakistani establishment, which cannot express itself in any economic sense, any military sense, any geopolitical sense. But just because they went and begged and showed some Balochistan-based rare earth to US, they thought it will work out. US drafted something for Gaza. Now they cannot say yes to that. And their name has not been taken in yesterday's broadcast when Trump was announcing the names of people who helped draft that. So Pakistan has been excluded already. So I think they should read the writing on the wall. And such kiddish statements coming from DG ISPR is good because they've got, you remember, about 8 years back, they created a group of 1,500 these bots kind of people who are going to support ISPR campaign. But India has beaten them hollow on that as well. I'm very happy that the Indian Armed Forces, were not shy. We created our own counter cells, and we've been able to negate their efforts even on social media. And the Indian population is so aware today, so much aware.
That's right.
Compared to the Pakistanis, because Pakistanis are only fed what their military feeds, whereas in India, the media is active, and we get a full 360-degree perspective for the citizens. So I think as a nation, we are better prepared, and this kind of an angst coming out of from a DG ISPR's mouth is not worth our time at all. So I think India is prepared, and let's see what they can do.
Very aptly put, Colonel Dev. I thank you for this update on this story.